Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome to some Albion Online. This is going to be a first quick look at Albion. I've been playing the game, as you can see here, for 1 hour and 56 minutes. And we're gonna try to enter the world. There are some server problems. I was kicked out a couple of times. And now we actually have a 3-minute queue, which is part of the experience. I'm actually going to keep this up here. And we'll see how this develops, and this gives me a little bit of a chance. Oh, there we go. We actually jumped down to talk about my early experience. It's extremely busy. There is a lot of people everywhere, and this doesn't make it very easy to play the game consistently. There's also like a lot of competition for the resources and things like that. So yeah, if you're not in a hurry, if you don't need to be in at ground level, then you can definitely take your time when it comes to Albion Online. Because, well, the first part, you're really dependent on gathering the right resources, doing the right activities in order to like unlock abilities and be able to do stuff. So I chose a plate character, but with a fire staff. So I'm definitely planning to be a ranged character when it comes to some PvP in this game. So that's what I chose to do, and it is one aspect of the game. Here you can see the respawning mechanic. It's just basically you've got these set nodes, and resources come and go. No, they basically come until people use them up. And what has been working the best for me, for instance, for tier 2 you need a lot of copper, is to just stick around a node like this and wait it out, wait for the resource to come back. If someone else, there's a lot of people that will come by, but if they see that you're just standing right next to the node, they realize that you're camping it. And then I haven't really had people come in and try to steal it or any problems like that. But the competition for the resources is very intense. And as you can see here now, Prousty is also going to wait for the node to spawn, and that's the competition, trying to grab it to be the first. He'll get it, but this is part of your early experience here in Albion Online, because it is launch day for everyone at this point. So first day was for people that paid like 100 euros or dollars, second day 50, and now I paid 30 bucks for the game. And this is when we can get in here. So I can grab some more of this. Flax, like a tier 3 resource, and then it looks like we'll be able to do a little bit of combat here as well. So I'll show that to you. It's isometric, so it's definitely like Diablo-like in when it comes to your perspective of all of this, of how you experience the game. But you know, for an MMO, you might think, you know, these are pretty low graphics, but keep in mind this is of course a sandbox, and the idea here is to really create a sandbox-like experience. Now let's see if I can grab these thin heights. That's actually tier 3. I've never grabbed any of those, but I just unlocked, I think, everything to actually make that happen. So that's good to know. I can actually go after those beasts for more resources as well. The humanoids drop silver, and while there is a sort of a subscription, I'll show that here maybe, +3 cotton and premium bonus +1 cotton. So you get these perks from being a premium player, which you get 30 days just for buying the base game. That is going to help you substantially when it comes to having to grind, especially these early resources. So a full copper node. So apparently the resources tend to be in tiers of 3. So you have a base 3 that are in there, then you've got another 3 if people don't go after the resources too soon, and then another 3 then it's stopped off, basically the best amount you can possibly get. So let's move back towards the town. I can show you guys the world map. So at the moment I'm here in Cracked Earth, which is where you want to be for copper. And then we are heading back here where you had some tutorial missions, basically got you through your first crafting, your first gathering, your first few goals here. What I like about the game so far, let's keep grabbing that cotton, who knows, it'll come in handy at some point. What I like about the game is that it does seem to have lots and lots of statistics for you available everywhere. So you can see on the login screen how long I've been played, how much I've done, how often I was killed. 0 times so far. And so it has kill boards, it has stats on individuals, on guilds. That seems to be pretty cool in my opinion. I think that has lots of potential. And I find that really important coming from EVE Online. For instance, that you have a lot of stats, lots of stuff to track so that you can understand what others are doing, what you're doing wrong, and things like that. So let me show you guys if I can somehow get into this camp. Yep, right here. Against some humanoids that drop the silver. You can see silver here. Loot protected for another 13 seconds. So someone else killed that, and then for 2 minutes, I think it is. That's actually a bit of a mistake from that guy. Let's see if we can get off my horse and help him out. Okay, a bit of a cooldown because I got off the horse here. He just died and I didn't get it, but alright. So there is something else. So party invite, very easy, very quick to do. I'm gonna say no since I am recording this video, but let's go after this guy. And my fire staff gives me, for instance, a pyroblast. Oops, let's get out of that. A pyroblast ability, so needs a long cooldown, but also it's a pretty big hit. I also have an instant cast which adds a dot, and they're dead in the meantime. And of course you also have a base mending ability that you can use outside of combat to get back your health and your mana. So that's basically the mob grind. And as I said, I went for plate, so I've got novice blade stuff, I've got a shield, and then I also have a fire staff for actually doing some damage. Let me see if I've got one of those bigger mobs here. So that's another small one. Right. Let's go like that. So this is actually more of a melee guy. So let's do this. Then let's do my pyroblasts. As Espresso, without any armor or really tools, comes in, I get a bit more silver. And then let's see if there's anything else for us to grab here. I think those guys just die in one shot anyways. And over here we can sometimes, yeah, here, ooh, he's in trouble. I think did he just die? Well, he's not dead yet, but he's not doing too well. He barely escaped with his life there. So camps are marked over here, and so early on he's going to actually go after that mage here. So let's let him do his stuff, as we will maybe look for one of those double camps. But you can see it's very busy. There's people everywhere that are doing stuff, and he just basically finished off that double camp right there. This little dungeon, not a full instance, not for you personally. Again, lots of people can be in there doing those mobs, and so yeah. First day of launch, my experience, very crowded, and this is, let's see if we can get off here and see if we can maybe grab his attention, try to help out. Spell is not yet ready. Come on, let's help him. Let's help Pete though with a big blast. Don't die. He's almost down. Survive. Alright. He's gonna have to escape now. Yeah, we helped him. And actually got some silver out of that somehow. Pretty good. And so those are some of those bigger guys. See if we can attack them. That can have special abilities. So here, for instance, he's a bit more immune to damage for a bit. And we can keep using our blasts. It's definitely going to be very handy for you if you find a guild, if you can do this with some teammates. Alright, so there's some lag. Experience, definitely part of the early experience as well here. Very busy servers, and yeah, even with these pretty low-end graphics, you could say, which is meant to be for cross-platform, so PC, but also for tablets and things like that. It's having a tough time, but this is of course launch day. So let's see if we can grab this copper ore. Yeah, that's another bit of copper ore. Again, that bonus from being premium, pretty damn important. And so that's basically, of course, the sandbox nature of the game. You guys probably know that I play a lot of EVE Online, and it has that vibe, right? It's a completely different setting, but it does have that vibe. You've got all of these resources that you've got to gather, then you can craft stuff in the world. And PvP, full loot, nothing really comes from NPCs or anything like that. It's just a fully sandbox and player-run created economy. It's pretty cool. I personally do think that this is going to be a little bit of like competition for EVE Online, although having been in the game now for a couple of hours, it's definitely it's different in many ways that will maybe put a lot of players off. I'll have to see once I join a guild and maybe see how the PvP is and their nullsec equivalent, where there are conquerable towns and regions and things like that, to get a bit more info. And so let's get in on the next region. Again, you can see the major lag, and because the region is overpopulated, I think I'm in like some sort of an instance with fewer people around, or it's just not loading well or something like that. But this is basically the first little hub that you will encounter in Albion Online, where you will get the quests. If you want to run through this pretty quickly, you talk to this guy first, then you have to go over here, talk to this guy over here, the royal crafter, and he sends you to go to the zone where you just saw me on the left side here for some copper, some other stuff, as you get started on your very first few weapons. Very important, N here shows you where all the crafting stations are, and so after you've done a bit of grinding and you've gathered some resources, it's time to, for instance, melt all of that copper. So we'll do that. I can make some copper bars out of that. 40 of them. Let's do that. And this with tin. Do I have any tin? No. So strange. I thought I mined some tin. Apparently not. I would have been able to make some more bronze and get started on that. Let's see what's in here. So can I make simple cloth now? Apparently I can. That's good. And then this, I'll just get this into tier 3 as much as I can. So that's nice. And then if I'm not mistaken, I'll also quickly show you guys the inventory. One thing to know about the inventory, it warns you every time. This is local, so you can't just take all of that stuff and move it or access it from somewhere else in the world. So you gotta be careful and know exactly when you're planning to get out of here, for instance, for other stuff. So let's grab, oh, and now of course I'm at 103%. Let's put these copper bars back. Limestone, not sure what that does, and then birch is also tier 3. Okay. We still have to do the leather, because I grabbed some of that tier 3 leather for the first time. So again, everything then needs to be refined. So we'll do this, which I can turn into some thick leather. Alright, pretty good. And then up here, what was that? I think for the wood, which I didn't gather, and then for stone. Yeah, that's for stone. Alright, let's sprint towards the crafters then. They're on the other side of the road. And here I do think that you can see, if you like crafting, if you like that idea of a sandbox economy, so you've got tier 1, then you've got a tier 2 melee set, tier 3 melee set, and after that you'll need to move to another place. But apparently I can't do Journeyman's Broadsword just yet, because I haven't unlocked... doesn't really say that, but I think I basically need to still make more tier 2 stuff. And here it's the same with armor. And of course you've got, when it comes to mages, oops, like here, you've got tier 2 weapons again, tier 2 armor as well. But I can't do tier 3 just yet, because I need to unlock more stuff, which is probably in this destiny board here. And so if I look for that, this is trainee craftsman. Here we've got journeyman craftsmen, so that means, let's see here, craft novice mages gear, hunter's gear, and journeyman tool makers, tools and accessories. Alright. And then Warriors, Forge Crafter. Yeah, for that I need to make a lot more items in tier 2 so that I can actually unlock the production of tier 3. And I personally do think that while this will be a little bit grindy, I think that unlocking everything up to tier 3 will make sense because this is done in safe zones. Then you'll have a good idea of how the game works, maybe also of what your preferred playstyle is, what you want to specialize yourself in. But for now, the early start here of Albion Online, to me it feels like it's going to be very grindy, basically. You need to get through some PvE grinds to unlock the stuff that you actually want to do at a higher level, and as a result, that is going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of dedication, and we'll have to see how we manage that. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to grab that tier 2 stuff, and I'm still overloaded, so maybe can I shift click? Nope, can't. Well, it's only 103%. If I make some stuff, I'll be alright. And let's see if I can, for instance, make, yeah, this novice helmet, for instance, only just takes a little bit of this, and then I can choose to maybe make a couple of those, and just one order does that. As you can see here, I get some fame, and I'll have some more progress in the bar for getting towards being able to produce the tier 3 stuff. And that is basically the whole Albion Online. That item does not... Oh, okay. Items that don't have the same quality don't stack. What's the difference between this one and this one? Nothing, but alright. So that was my first experience here so far. One other thing that I'll show you guys that is of course very close to EVE Online here. You do have a market with buyers and sellers. So here for instance, you can try to buy some logs and then there's a price to pay for that. You can also try to sell some stuff. So let's maybe see if I can do that. These guys that I've just made. Is anyone wanting to buy them? Yeah, apparently. Price 9. So let's see if I can sell that. Do you want to sell these 3 for 26 silver? Let's say yes. At this level it really doesn't matter much. Yes, and of course everything within this hub is accessible through this. Let's see here, sell. So no, it's only stuff that's in my inventory that is accessible here for selling. So, but that is very close, of course, to EVE Online, right? Like just like in any station in EVE, you've got buyers, you've got sellers, and then you can put up some orders if you want to yourself. And this is that player-run economy. Of course, this is very early in the game. Basically, this is the tutorial area, so all of this is going to be pretty much for peanuts and not worth spending all too much time in. But at first glance here, if you want my opinion on Albion Online, it's probably not going to have as much stuff to do as a more mature game like EVE Online, of course, but I think it has the right sandboxy elements and that it does have a lot of potential. So I'm going to keep playing this at my own pace. We'll see what I manage to do and how far I can get in the game. But I must also be honest here, my aim is not to do the exact same thing as what I'm doing in EVE Online at the moment, which is to stay solo and independent. Here I am definitely looking to join a guild and get into some of that Zerg versus Zerg mass PvP. I think that can look very cool, can be pretty fun to do, and that is what I'm looking for in this game. So I'm definitely not going to grind out resources just to have them, grind out silver to have lots and lots of silver. Nope, I'm going to play this one in such a way that I'm going to spend everything that I have on gear that I want, and then I'm going to try and get into that PvP action after I join the guild. But I think that I'll do that maybe after I've unlocked all tier 3 stuff and maybe some tier 4 stuff or something like that. I think that it makes sense to wait up until at that point. And there you go, guys. Don't ask me what the portal does. Don't ask me a lot more about the game. I've only been playing for a couple of hours, but I did feel like sharing with you guys my first experience of Albion Online. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.